Oh, hello, welcome, good evening. It's another lovely evening for us to discuss again. I I would like us to have this argument a bit as parents, more especially as a father. There are some certain domestic activity I like to involve as a father in order for my kids to emulate and thereafter grow to become a better man. And one of those domestic activities I like to do, especially when they are around, I basically like to wash my dish after taking breakfast, lunch, or dinner, not because I really want to do, but because when your kids, especially if you're having a male child, notice that their parents, their father especially, is always doing this particular activity, he will definitely grow up to be a responsible child. And the other things I like to do as a father after eating, I don't like this idea where my wife or my eldest child, my daughter, will pick up my plate. I like doing it myself. Why? Because it gives me these feelings that when our kids sees our parents, more especially our father, after eating, pick up the plate and drop it. This sense of entitlement, for those of you that have male child, this sense of entitlement and this sense of it is not my duty will be reduced. And there's another stuff I love in I practice in my home in order for my kids to learn effectively as they are growing up, especially my maid child, my maid children. I have two of them. Children learn more when they are younger, much younger, especially in their infant age. And what I do most times in the morning, immediately I woke up from sleep, I try as much as possible to arrange my bed. Now, not because I don't have work to do that early. When your kids start seeing you doing these little domestic chores, you know what? They feel that it is also their responsibility as they are growing up to replicate similar character. Another thing I like to do as a father on Saturdays, because most times we wake up so much earlier to go to work on Saturday, that I will be around more with the kids. I try as much as possible to make sure that I take care of them, like give bathing them, preparing them for whatever activities they will be undergoing. Now, the essence of this is to make them to understand there is no particular responsibility for a male child or a female child. Every sex in the home is obligated to do every activity as far domestic activities is concerned. Now, if you go to some families, especially when they're having a male child, you notice the male child feels that it is not his responsibility to wash the dish. Maybe they have a sister. It is wrong. And another stuff again I like to do, I like to sweep myself. Now, the essence of all this is to build our children to develop the mindset of responsibility. When you start having a child that grows with a mindset of responsibility, it helps you to know that your children are growing to be a better man. I'm focusing on the main child now. Now, unlike the case where some of our children, especially our main children, we want to control the remote television, always want to be at the parlor watching film when there are dirty dishes in the kitchen. It is wrong. If we continue giving our main child, pampering them without giving them responsibility at their much younger age, we as parents, especially the father, we will end up crying on behalf of our children later on. Now, it is important for you to know as a male child from 0 to 12 to 15 to 16, this is the formidable time, the formative age of the child, where you are supposed to inculcate, where you are supposed to train them majorly on domestic chores. Sweeping the house. If you have a car, I remember when we were much younger, at 10 years old, if I'm not making mistake, we used to stand alongside when our parents would be washing his car. And as we are growing up, it gets to a particular point, we are the one taking that particular responsibility. So there's no need, you are not giving your child the best training by not giving them responsibility. The more you love your children, the more responsibility you should be giving to them. Now, let me tell you, as a father, sometimes there's one particular stuff from research, I find out that it takes about 6 to 8 hours for a mother to think of what to prepare for the home. It takes about 6 to 7 hours for a wife, a daughter, whatever, to think of what to prepare for collation, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. It takes this hour. So after you've succeeded, after your wife or your daughter, your mother have succeeded in preparing this colazione, this breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it is wise for you as a parent to teach your children after this preparation, pack the plate and prepare it and watch. There should be orderliness in the home. If you want a better society, first of all, we must better our domestic world environment. So I encourage every young parent out there, especially those of you that are having male children, it is important for you to inculcate this idea of responsibility. Responsibility in terms of domestic chores, cleaning the house, making every of the house organization to be well perfect and well presented. It is important. Remember, your children learn from you. As a father, your children are learning from you. So if you as a father, after eating, you sit down and expect your wife to pack up the plate after 8 hours of thinking of preparing that food for you, your sons will also grow up with same mindset, thinking it is their responsibility after eating for their mother or their sister to pack up their plates. So it is encouraging for you as a father to build a better son. Today we are complaining of single mothers. The reason why we are having majorly single mothers today is as a result of men that were not properly trained. If we are having men that were trained properly, we will not be having excessive numbers of single moms we are having today. I'm not supporting those single moms that wants to be alone, but I'm telling you from research, 95% of the single mothers we're having today is as a result of failed parenting from our parents. If I, as a man, I was not given proper training, I would definitely want to lord over my wife. I would want to lord over the activities of the home. By lording over the activities of the home, you stand the chance of being another tyrant in your home. And if this lady is not well matured enough, she will definitely want to pack her bags and leave. And when she's leaving, the kids are leaving automatically. Automatically, you've already bring a family trees of what? Confusion. So parents, most especially the male children, it is important for you to train them to be better men and better women. I'll be rounding up this section by telling you, if you want a better children, you as a father, you must be a better man. When you wake up from sleep, clean your bed as a man. Do not wait that this is the responsibility of my wife. If you want a peaceful home, you must learn to do things that your mother taught you to do. Being a husband, being a father does not mean you are a lord. Being a father, being a husband does not mean you are a lord. So what I'm telling you is, if you have a male child and you are going to supermarket, take him along with you. If you have a female child and you are going to the supermarket, take her along with you. If you have a male child, when you are washing dish in the kitchen, take him along with you. There's something I notice whenever on Saturday, basically because of time, when I'm betting my kids, my two young guys, I feel that they are learning, because major time from Monday to Friday, their mother is what she's taking responsibility. So when they grow up, they will feel the mother is the one doing everything. So for you to bridge that gap, when you are free, every time with them, try as much as possible to do all domestic activity. Let your male children see you cooking. Let them see you cleaning the house. Let them see you doing some activities. Let them see you taking them to school. If you have the time to take them to school, take them to school. If you are back and there's time for you to pick them back from school, if they are not using bus, go there and pick them. So these children will grow with the mindset and the mentality that in our home, every one of us is involved in domestic activity. Remember, parenting is supposed to be a collective effort, not a one-side effort. So since parenting is a collective effort, it is important for you as a father to do your part. Not all about provision. When you some kids today, when they are having issue, they find it difficult to discuss with their father, not because their father is not there. They know the place of the father as a provider. So when you talk about provision, the first thought that comes to the mind is daddy. But when you talk of emotional attachment, emotional involvement, and child development, the thoughts that comes to these children is their mother. The reason why is because when the daddy is at home, the daddy is focusing on football match, the daddy is maybe listening to music, the daddy is doing something, even to pick little dirt from the floor, the daddy will refuse to do. So the mind of these children, especially your male children, will grow up knowing that daddy is not supposed to do anything apart from going to work and bringing money for us to buy food. It is wrong. So I'm focusing on our men today, our daddies. Daddies, it is your responsibility to cook. It is your responsibility to take care of the home. Do not leave it for your wife alone, because the more she keep doing all these things herself, the children will love her more. The children will think, in fact, even you that is providing money for the family, the children will grow up with the mindset that the provision is fine from you, but the mother is the one implementing. That's why on Saturdays, most times, I go with the kids to do shopping. Yes, I go with them to do shopping so that they will see that I'm also involved. Even if I don't cook, I try as much as possible to be within the kitchen. Not when she is cooking, then the kids will be inside the parlor watching football or watching something else or putting their legs on the table. It is absolutely wrong. Now, for us to have a better society, we must learn to train our children based on example. We must learn to train our children based on example. As a father, you must be seen doing things that are good in sight of your children. You must show love to your wife, because when they are growing up, they will learn to show love to their wife. If you are arrogant to your wife, when your kids are growing up, they will be arrogant to their wife. If you are oppressive to your wife, when your kids, especially your male child, are growing up, they will also grow up as an oppressive person to their wife. So when we love ourselves, we will definitely show the love to our children. When we love ourselves, we will definitely show the love to our children. By showing this love to our children, it will make our children to be better men today. As I said earlier, the reason why we are having more single mothers today is as a result of men that are not well properly trained by their parents. There is no woman or there is no lady that want to be a single mother. But sometimes situation may occur based on destiny. That is a discussion from another day. But major part of it, 75% from our research shows that most women are single mothers as a result of the attitude and the action of their husband. If you are oppressive husband, definitely your wife will not be able to manage you. Now, for example, when there is a provision for the kids, major part of the men will want to pocket the money. It is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. You may think the wife is not doing anything. Honestly, if you stay at home with these kids for one day, you will know that the women, they are doing much. I know it will be surprising. I've been with these kids several occasions at home. Sometimes I just have just 3 of them or 2 smaller toddlers. No, sometimes I felt that this job, if we're to be paying our wives for the domestic activities they are giving to our children, we will know that the salary we are receiving or the money we are making from our working place is not even enough to take care of their payroll. So I'm encouraging every man today, if you want to have a better son, I beg you, if you want to have the better children that will grow to be good example tomorrow, you as a father, be of good example. You as a father, be of good example. Your sons are watching you. Your sons are watching you. Your male child is watching you. If you're an abusive father, your children will be abusive. If you are abusive father, your sons will be abusive. So it is encouraging for you to know that the first point of education is not the school, it is at home. So stop pampering your male child. Stop shifting responsibility to your female child, telling her that no, it is women that wash plate, it is women that cook, it is women that sweep the house. No, responsibility must be shared equally. The male child should sweep the house. The male child should wash their clothes. Sometimes when they are back from school, tell the male child, do not leave your bags anywhere. Organize your life. An organized child is a child that will be useful to himself and to the society tomorrow. So if you are not organized as a father, definitely you are raising children that are not organized. So I'm encouraging you as parents, please try your best to be seen as a first world example. Ask yourself, will you like your children to, or if you're having a female child as a man, will you like your female, your daughter to get married to a man like you? Some of you will say yes, but majority will say no, I don't want you to get married to a man like me, because you know quite all right that your attitude, your comportment, your mannerism as a father is not well organized. Let me quickly round up. I would like you to like my video, share, and know that the best way to train a male child is you as the father growing the child based on what he is seeing you doing. If your children sees you play music always, they will love to play music. If your sons see you as a father playing video game always, they will love to play video games. If your son sees you as a father praying always, your children will be prayerful. Your sons will be prayerful. If they see you taking good care of their mom, they will grow up to be better husband. Do you want to train children that will be like children that are not well cultured? So please, parents, I want to encourage every one of you, especially our fathers. The better way to train best husband tomorrow are the male child you are having today in your house. Take good care of them. Take adequate care of your son by giving them responsibility. Adequate care of your sons by giving them responsibility. Till we meet again, I still remain my humble self, Ivijidim Oyakilome. Remember, I am here to tell you that your children are learning from you. Your son is learning from you. Your sons are learning from you as a father. Don't be a wicked father by allowing your wife to be doing everything. Take some responsibility. Do not just depend that I've returned back from work. You went to work for just 8 hours or 9 hours, but the domestic activities at home is more than 9 or 8 hours worth job. Shalom. I still remain my humble self, EVG Dim UE Oyakilome RXL. Shalom.